So, what if Apple decided to give its next iPhone as much specifications as your typical Android flagship? Reports continue to back the idea that Apple is planning some major changes with these devices, or at least with the Pro series and also the Air. More CAD renders have emerged, pretty much backing what we saw previously, though add a bit more details, where the camera hump on the Pro models extends to the other side of the phone, and where these design elements also make it to the iPhone Air, even if with only one camera, making us already wonder about spatial and cinematic video. Also, yeah, it seems the base model will retain the current design for another year, which was to be expected. But onto those subtle changes that haven't really been mentioned, with the iPhone 17 models bringing a smoother transition between the stepped approach that we currently have on the camera hump and the back cover, apparently made possible with some new glass and metal material process. This sort of explains the whole concave transition between the leaked images. But then another change to the Pro models, which is major, is that apparently Apple is finally making them more powerful, boosting the RAM to now 12 gigabytes in order to allow for possibly more AI capabilities. I mean, this is the first time we see iPhones launch with Android amounts of RAM, which is a big deal as iPhones have been smoking Android phones in performance for years and with half the amount of RAM. Like, can you imagine if things were on par? So we wonder how else this would benefit the phone, as usually Apple attributes some of these changes to add extra functionality. Maybe the last question left is if all iPhones will launch in September, or if the Air will happen sooner, particularly with some new reports that even the E variant will now be a yearly launch around this time of year. I'm curious to know what you would prefer in the comments.